My goodness, Taurus, while I was sitting here meditating on your energy, my eyes just suddenly flew open and I had full body chills. And it really felt like just being jolted awake from like a dead sleep. And so there may be a very profound and sudden awakening that is taking place in your life right now, and it might be even coming in the form of a healing crisis or some sort of dramatic upheaval, but it does feel like there is something that is kind of like a major course correct. It's actually funny, I started recording this at 1:01, so it does feel like there is a lot you are learning very, very quickly right now. And I'm actually looking down at the clock again, and it is 1:11, so there are certainly lots of new beginnings here. To be honest, I actually did try recording this video already, and I just felt like I was very frantic and speaking very quickly, and that didn't feel like the energy that I needed to be in while delivering this to you. But you may feel like you're just speaking super fast, everything is happening super quickly, and if this is resonating with you, I really just invite you to take a moment, maybe even pause this video, and just take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. And just really feel your feet anchored to the ground, or feel yourself anchored to the seat below you. Whatever is going on right now, it does feel like it's very much an important part of this next chapter for you, and it does seem like you are in this threshold of endings and beginnings. I did actually pull a couple of botanical cards for you, and I got the morel, which comes with the message of regenerate, as well as the fern, which comes with the message of growth. And with morels, these are really interesting because they actually do grow in abundance the year after an area has been affected by a wildfire. And so even though there might be some sort of destruction that is happening right now, and it might feel like your life is literally on fire, there is something that is growing from this, and there is this kind of assurance that you will find stability, and there is even greater stability that is coming. I really do get a sense of healing as well, and obviously mushrooms, which is what a morel is, are very connected to the life and death cycle, which is really why I feel like you are sort of between chapters, and it might feel like things are ending and beginning at the very same time. I was even getting the sense that maybe the good is getting better and the bad is getting worse, or at least that's what it feels like right now. And again, I think it's just really important that you are grounded in this experience and just being very present with yourself, as gentle with yourself as possible, regardless of what is going on. Obviously, you still need to respond to what's happening in your life, but it's important that you're doing so in as much of a centered way as possible and just allowing yourself to have this experience. With the growth card with fern here, this is also really beautiful because ferns not only grow in abundance in forested areas and natural spaces, they actually reproduce asexually. They release spores. And so this literally is a message of you creating something by yourself, or you creating something from yourself. And I mean, I don't think that's ever really true because ultimately everything is interconnected anyways. Like even ferns are getting nutrients from the soil, the sun, and they're getting the energy to do this process from other things, from this network of support. But it feels like you are creating something, and honestly there is something that is growing very, very quickly and very, very unexpectedly. So this feels really, really exciting, but it's also like a shock to your system. And honestly, for some of you, this could even be like suddenly being very recognized in some way. And it's like you're getting more recognition than you anticipated for something. Although I do feel for many of you, there is also some major thing happening in relationships or in your day-to-day life. Like there could be a change in job or home, like something that's very much a foundation for you, whether that's a relationship or a place, is kind of going through some sort of tremor right now. I really do kind of get the energy of the Tower, the major arcana, the Tower, where there is this sudden lightning bolt, there is this sudden upheaval and kind of crumbling that is taking place, but it's ultimately breaking down walls that keep you stuck or limited, and does kind of remind me of this Morel card here. this destruction, what is ending right now, is making room and giving nourishment to what is meant to grow next. So there is hope here. Interesting, at the bottom of the deck, we do actually have Judgment. So it does feel like there are things that are happening. You are being called in a very profound way. Again, I really do get like spiritual awakening or some sort of major truth that is coming out. For some of you, this is also about past stuff coming to the surface, being purged, being cleansed. Maybe that's part of what this disruption is. Maybe it's not even something that's happened in the present, but there is someone you are hearing back from, or there's a situation that is kind of coming back now, and it's coming back in a very loud way where it is ultimately trying to be healed or integrated, or that is what is being asked of you. So definitely a major calling, a major awakening here. As I'm shuffling these cards, I also just want to take a moment to welcome all of you to this channel. For those of you who are returning, it is so good to have you again. If you haven't done so already, I really encourage you to hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification so you can stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. I also really appreciate all the support that you give this channel because it allows me to continue putting these messages out for all of you. If you are ready for a deep dive with me, I actually do have a sale on my website as well. You can get 20% off all of my services using the code Eclipse20. I'm technically only running that through the 17th right now, but I may extend that, so check the comment section. I may be giving you a little bit of a bumper here, especially if you feel like you need the support. Maybe some sort of energy healing will kind of help you move through this, because it does feel like there's something that's just like a shock to your system. And finally, these are general readings. So not all the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. Some of these messages might not even be meant for you, so keep an open mind that maybe you are meant to share this video with someone regardless of zodiacal placements. And of course, you are more than welcome to check out the other videos on my channel, especially for your moon, rising, or sun signs. There may be some messages there for you. And these are timeless readings, so feel free to tune in whenever it feels right, whenever you feel drawn to do so. Okay, yeah. The first card that is coming out here, we have the Death card. And this is coming in from the past. So it does feel like there's already been an ending that has taken place, or something that is happening very quickly in the present that is kind of an ending of something that's been going on in the past. Not at all surprised to see this. This very much is a match to the energy that I've been getting. This just feels like confirmation to me that yes, you are going through some major ending, but there is also the potential for a rebirth or something new to come out of this as well. Whenever I see the Death card come out, it's not necessarily a literal death or ending, but it's like a change that cannot be undone. Whatever has shifted for you recently, Taurus, it's like there's no going back. And maybe that's something that you've realized. Maybe this is something that you have sensed. I'm actually noticing that we do have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck here as well right now. So maybe this is a death that you have sensed coming, or a change that you have sensed coming. But again, your intuition, your spirit is really connected and dialed in right now. And sometimes when we do face some sort of loss or major disruption, it does kind of unplug us a little bit from our own kind of programming or matrix, if you will. And it does help us see things from a wider perspective sometimes. And so it does feel like you've had this kind of dialing out. You're seeing things in a much bigger way. But it does feel like nonetheless there is something that has been a letting go or releasing. And that can be very emotional. So it is important that you are taking care of yourself. Again, Taurus, that feels like a very important message for you. And I know that this is a timeless reading, but at the time of this recording, the astrology right now is pretty noteworthy. So if you are watching this in the future, maybe looking back to October 17th as sort of a turning point for you, or maybe there's just similar energy regardless of what is going on in the astrology at the time of watching. But we do have a super full moon in Aries on October 17th of 2024. And for you, This is in your astrological 12th house of your subconscious mind, your spirituality, as well as things like limitations, things that aren't always seen. There is something here that you are feeling, or something here that is changing, and it might be hard to quantify. Sometimes the 12th house also represents limiting beliefs or behaviors. It can even represent things like addictions or self-destruction. So it feels like there is something that you are releasing that is ultimately limiting, confining, or destructive to you. And it might even feel like it's happening to you, but it's honestly like, it almost feels like it's happening for you. And obviously this is a general reading. Let this apply if it applies. We do also the Page of Cups in reverse coming out here. Maybe this is about a relationship. Maybe this is about someone who is not reciprocating feelings, or someone who no longer feels the same way about a person. So maybe you are in a relationship and there is something that is ending there. This doesn't necessarily have to be romantic either. And this could also just be about something that your heart is no longer in. Yeah, that's really what this feels like. It's like your heart is no longer in something, Taurus. Maybe for some of you, this represents another person. But it feels like with whatever is changing, you can't put your heart in this anymore. And you might even want to. You might wish that you could feel a different way about a person or a situation. Tell me more what this Page of Cups is about. Let's clarify. Wow, the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, something does not feel aligned for you anymore. Something feels like you have had to force yourself to do something or to be with someone. And it's almost like you've been using your willpower to do something that you don't even want. Could be involving a Cancer energy or Scorpio energy, maybe even Pisces. We do have a lot of watery energy at play right now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe for some of you, this is even like, for some reason, you just can't do something that you love anymore. Very, very interesting. I mean, to be honest, with the Chariot in reverse, I wonder for some of you if there may have been an accident, potentially like a car accident or something that crashed. I could kind of see that. It almost does feel a little bit like a near-death experience, whether you literally had one or you're just kind of going through some sort of life crisis or personal psycho-spiritual awakening. This feels really intense. I promise I'm going to get into the blessings and stuff if we don't get to it in this spread. It just feels like the energy is very raw right now. Wow, 10 of Cups in reverse. This is exactly what I was just saying. Because the 10 of Cups upright is like the harmony, it's the happiness, it's your dreams come true, it's the relationship, it's the house, it's the things that make you feel secure and full and fulfilled. With this card in reverse, maybe there was some sort of disruption to your home or family or property, but this really does feel like ultimately your version of your happiness is changing. Your heart is no longer in this. Let me know in the comments what exactly this is, because this feels really, really emotional. Man. Yeah, there could really be something happening actually in your love life or with relationships right now too. Just kind of thinking of Pluto in the critical degree it's in. Wow. You've been very in your head about something for a while, Taurus. Maybe even telling yourself, of course I want this. Of course I want to go in this direction. Of course I want this relationship or this job. I want this life. And it feels like maybe things have been going slow or just totally stagnant. But it's like you don't really have the momentum for it. And the Queen of Swords is kind of recognizing that. It's seeing that. And yes, you've been in this very mental space that's almost like emotionally detached. But it's like you're seeing very clearly like what you can't invest or put your energy into anymore. It just feels like, God, this honestly feels a little heavy. It's like, you almost feel like your whole life is wrong. Like, how did I get here? I didn't think my life would end up like this. Yeah, there's something that you need to let go of with the Ten of Wands in reverse. And that might be really hard because you have put a lot of work and effort into something, or a lot of yourself into something. And it's almost like in losing this thing, you lose a part of yourself. Ooh, yeah. That's really, I think, a great summation of this energy. It's like you're losing something that is so close to you. It's like losing a part of you. Where is this all leading? Where is this all leading for Taurus? Interesting. We have the Ten of Swords with the Three of Wands in reverse. Actually, Ten of Swords is also in reverse. So, this might not be the worst case scenario that you are thinking with the Ten of Swords in reverse. Things might feel really acute and really bad right now, but it does feel like you are changing your plans. Something that you were looking forward to or something that you were hoping would happen, it doesn't feel like it's necessarily happening, or there's some sort of delay. It's like you need to kind of re-plan something or redirect your course. There is a major course correction that is taking place right now. It could be involving travel. It could also be involving education, or like the education that you've received. I don't feel like it was all for nothing. I do feel like you're also meeting people and collaborating with people right now who can help you with the Three of Pentacles. I almost get the sense like even though something has not gone your way, you're in this place of like, I just need this to happen, and it almost feels like something is falling into your lap at that point, which is kind of interesting. Knight of Cups. Yeah, it feels like someone is coming in very emotionally supportive for you, or maybe a group of people. There is support here. There is something that is heart healing here. I mean, it could even be like kind of a romantic gesture or something too. Not that I think being in a life crisis is a great time to start a relationship necessarily, but it feels like for some reason there is someone coming in who's very, very supportive and very sweet and good. You are receiving support, and maybe that is just from the universe, from your guides, but I feel like they are sending people in your life. There's a team working with you, or there is support. There's a support system there. What other messages do we have for Taurus? We have the Eight of Cups. Yes, it does feel like you are moving on and moving forward. And the Eight of Cups is such a beautiful card, but it is also one that can be very poignant because it is like we have to climb this mountain. We almost found our fulfillment and happiness where we were, but we need to seek our happiness elsewhere to find that real fulfillment. And it's funny because, like, in this card, I'm always very interested how the different decks depict it. Sometimes the cups are broken or knocked over. They're still standing here. You might still be able to come back to a situation or return to a situation, maybe. I don't think it's as over as you think it is, and I don't even know how else to better explain that, because there is something where it's like, you're done. Something is done. You can't really go back. You can't put your heart back into something, but it does feel like maybe there is still a way to move forward somehow. Although for a lot of you, I feel like this is a new direction. It's just like you've lost the future. Like you've lost plans. Like a sense of certainty, almost. And that could be kind of like a mourning or grieving. We do have the Six of Cups. Reconnecting with your inner child parts or your wounded parts. That could be very, very, very important. Maybe there are people coming back from the past who are also supporting you, or who feel like you have a long kinship with them, because the card of the Six of Cups is about nostalgia. So there is something kind of reminiscing or connecting to the past right now that feels kind of healing. Wow. What is the blessing coming in for Taurus? What are the blessings coming out of the situation for Taurus? We do have the Nine of Cups. You are finding your happiness and fulfillment. And like, I think you've just identified, like, your happiness looks a very specific way and it's not working out. But it's being open to that maybe your happiness actually looks different than what you imagined or conceived. And you might get more insight to that looking back at a younger version of yourself. What did you want to do? What did happiness look like for you? What did relationships look like for you? What felt like home for you? What felt safe to you? Like all of these things, it feels like you actually are more on track to finding true and genuine happiness, even if it feels like the complete opposite right now. And the Emperor. You are stepping into a lot of stability, actually. Like true stability. And a lot of authority and power. I feel like you very much are creating something. You're creating something for yourself. You're creating something for others. And maybe you're going through some sort of experience now that you're meant to help other people who are going through it in the future. That could kind of be an Emperor energy too. It's almost like you wanted something bigger than you allowed yourself to have. You wanted more than you gave yourself permission to have. Oops. Bunch of cards falling out here. Let's pull one more card for you, and then we'll go to some oracle cards. I think that would be helpful, and also kind of give you a way to work through some of this energy right now. Wow, we have the Six of Wands. You will recover, you will have your victory, you will have achievement and success. It really does feel like Phoenix rising from the ashes here. Let me see. I'm going to pull a color healing card for you. And I will read this straight from the book, but you're welcome to utilize these colors in any way you feel called to do so. Just take it as like kind of a suggestion. What is the healing frequency? What is the healing color for Taurus right now at this time, going through this transition? What is the healing color? One. Wow. So we have rainbow. Quite literally all-purpose healing here. And it says connect to spirit in nature. And this is very much about grounding and also like manifestation as well. Is there another one? I feel like there might be another one. Is it this? No. Okay. It might be something else. I'm just going to read this here. Rainbow Ray is a combination of many colors together, making it a very powerful and regenerating energy to work with. Rainbow allows you to lighten up and feel happier and more alive. It also opens the mystical realm, connecting you to spirit, fairies, angels, and your creativity. Allow rainbow rays to lead you into the realm of fairies. Connect to the spirits of nature. Go to a park, look around, and find a tree that attracts you. Stand still and focus within, feeling the tree's pull as it beckons to you. Walk over to the tree and place your arms around it. Feel its connection to the earth, to the other trees, and to the world. Allow some of the tree's divine energy to pour into your body, fill you up, and awaken your own divinity. Walk around the park, smell the flowers, and listen to the birds singing. Smile as you take in the beauty of nature. Visualize a rainbow and allow it to bathe your body, strengthening your connection to nature and the divine. Then ask the rainbow rays to connect you with the Fey nature kingdom. You may start to notice sparkling lights around the flowers. Talk to the Fey and ask them to help you in any areas of your life where you need assistance, as they are great at manifesting. Say, Divine Intelligence, please allow me to connect to the fairy kingdom to awaken my vitality, aliveness, and divinity. So it does feel like there is this magic that you are reconnecting with. And again, like there is this major sort of spiritual awakening, and there is some sort of childlike wonder with the Six of Cups that seems to be coming in with this card as well. I really do get the sense like you're connecting to your creativity, and I feel like a lot of you are artists and storytellers, and you might have repressed that or not really allowed yourself to be as successful as you could be with that. I feel like you are meant to share some of it, and for some reason it feels like this is kind of like a pattern in your life. It sort of deconstructs and falls apart, and it will kind of just keep happening until you just embrace your gifts and really do what it is that actually lights you up, that makes you feel alive, instead of just telling yourself, well, I'll do this when I feel like I'm in a more stable place, or I've achieved X, Y, and Z first. No, it's now. It's time to start creating and to manifest what you actually want, and to move in that direction and be practical about it too, like actually taking those steps towards it. So really, really interesting energy. And honestly, again, like with the rainbow, I do just think of like the whole chakra system. It may well be very helpful for you to do some sort of energy work or chakra cleansing or Reiki. Again, it is something that I offer, but you can also find a lot of stuff online available for free. That's just an offering for those of you who feel called. Those are all the messages I have for you right now. I do hope that this was helpful. I do hope that this wasn't... One last thing. This rainbow represents the end of the storm, the calm after the storm. And so leave a rainbow emoji. Like, you will see through this. You will see to the other side of this. You will understand this. There is hope. There is renewal. There is healing. So claim that healing with that rainbow. And I will see you all next time. I'm sending lots of love and blessings and healing energy your way. You can find all of my links in the description. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, Taurus.